together.
Great way as always to end the month.
Well, I wanted to segue to the Lions there. That's what I was trying to do.
Yeah.
I totally set it up for you.
Yeah. I know. Yeah, that was. Look, well, I want to. Just what can you say? I mean,
Tom said it all.
How about this? Okay. And by the way, we're not deflecting from Saturday. We'll get to that.
Oh yeah.
Usually we talk about the Lions on Sunday, but not as much Lions as usual because of. Oh, sorry, I'm choking. What happened on Saturday? 44-6 to a team that's really not that good. Number one. I mean, I don't go through the whole box score game and all that, but how about this? In the Lions' last 3 home games, they have not scored a point in the first half. They have not scored a point in the first half in 4 of their last 6 games. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Look, we knew they were going to be bad. What's disappointing about yesterday, it's like Mojo's up-down theory. It's like 1 week they really play hard and lose. Next week, they don't even look like they try and lose. And the next week, they play with a lot of effort and lose a tough one. It's like...
Well, yeah, I mean, you go right through it. It's starting with the Ravens, right? It was the last-second field goal, the history-making field goal. Then it was the Bears, blah. And then all of a sudden, they find a way to play against the Vikings on the road. They come home against the Bengals, blah.
They still didn't score in the first half.
No, and then the Rams. Like, we talked about the excitement that they generated with, playing out in L.A. and the fake, punts and the onside kick and we got, we're playing hard. And then they come back and it's 44-6. If it had been a good team, like you get blown out by a good team, you're like, okay, all right, you know what? We don't have a lot of talent. We can run down our list of excuses of the rebuild.
Yes.
But the Eagles are not a good team.
Who don't run the ball very well, and they just gashed.
Don't run the ball very well. What they had, 3 rushing touchdowns?
Yeah.
4.
Jordan Howard, I don't think he's played all year.
236 yards on the ground.
I know.
Stoney, you referenced about this being worse than 08.
Yeah, it is. They are.
There was a game like this in 08. They played the Saints late in the year. They lost 42-7. They were down 28-7 at the half. And just completely was a mail-in. And the Saints were not a good team that year. I mean, they were 8. This made them 8-7.
Well, they had Thanksgiving against Tennessee that year, right? Wasn't that the year where that was an awful, awful game? They got blown out.
Tennessee was a decent team that year.
Yeah, true. Right.
And the Saints were a mediocre team.
Yeah, I mean, they are worse than 08. I know Burkett wrote about it yesterday in the paper as well. But at least the 08 team had threats. I mean, Kidner was kind of a check down, but he could throw the ball long every once in a while, and he got hurt, and then, all things went crazy. But they still had, I don't know, Calvin Johnson. They had Roy Williams for at least part of the season until they traded him at the deadline.
Right.
Which is another reason that the 08 team was better, because they had something that another team might want at the deadline, which is tomorrow. And I can't figure out what the Lions have anybody that any team would want. Trey Flowers, yeah, maybe, but his contract is so prohibitive. Why the hell would you even trade a 7th-round pick for Trey Flowers when you have his contract?
Well, the only way that happens is if there's another team that either suffered an injury on Sunday or they're just so desperate for that position. Other than that, I mean, chances are he's not going to be here next year, so you can pick him up in the offseason if you want to add him to your team for next year. So there's nothing on this team, no parts that are for sale that are worth anything.
And what's really depressing to me is that the coaching is not getting any better. And it's almost getting worse in certain instances. I mean, look, I give Dan Campbell credit to a certain extent. He owned up to it after the game. Not that it would make a difference in the game, but the way that the end of that first half was managed was just a disgrace. I mean, A, you don't take a timeout before 3rd down. B,
go for it on 4th. With 13 seconds left.
Get the freaking field goal. Because even if look, it's not going to make a difference. Okay, so it's what, 17-3 would make it? At least it's a 2-possession game rather than a 3-possession game. I mean, just little things like that. Just, I don't know. They're just really, really bad, obvious. it's not getting any better. You know, the schedule will ease up a little bit. I don't know. Pittsburgh's starting to play good.
Pittsburgh don't look now, but what, they're 4-3.
Yeah, the Browns are like the AFC. But we'll get into that tomorrow. The AFC really is not very good right now. Anyway.
Well, a lot of injuries.
Yes. Also, last night the Pistons they lose. See, they're acceptable to lose to the Nets to a certain extent. 117-91. It sucks. The Pistons can't score. You know, Jeremy Grant had 15 points. He didn't play well. The Nets shot 65%. That's not going to do it. And the Astros, Braves blow this. This could be as bad as 2018. 3-1 lead and up 4-0 last night on a grand slam. Astros come back and win 9-5. They still trail the series 3-2.
Big pucker factor.
Yes, indeed. Coming up at 6:35, the choke in Spartan Stadium, and how great is Kenneth Walker III. All of that coming up at 6:35. Heather has news next.
So I know Halloween is over, but I really want to talk a little bit more about Halloween, and we now know why Aaron Rodgers was growing out his hair for a year. So we'll talk about his costume and some other celebrity and athlete costumes as well that we saw on Halloween.
All right, that's coming up next. 97.1 The Ticket. BetMGM, the king of sportsbooks, welcomes you with the lock of the year. Simply place a $10 moneyline wager on either New York or Kansas City. If either team scores a touchdown, you'll win $200 in free bets, regardless of your bet's outcome. Just use the bonus code STONY200. When you make your first bet, enjoy football like never before with BetMGM's live betting options and boosted odds specials all season long. Download the app or go to BetMGM.com and use the bonus code STONY200 to win $200 in free bets if either New York or Kansas City scores a touchdown. Visit BetMGM.com for terms and conditions. Must be 21 years of age or older to wager. Michigan-only new customer offer. All promotions are subject to qualification and eligibility requirements. Rewards issued as non-withdrawable free bets or site credit. Free bets expire in 7 days from issuance. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-270-7117 for confidential help. Excludes Michigan disassociated persons.
97.1 The Ticket. Traffic.
From the WWJ AM 950 Traffic Center, this report brought to you by Lexus Velodrome. Road work is scheduled for 696 both directions between Novi Road and Orchard Lake Road. Moving work crews blocking the 2 right lanes today. You can use 12 or 13 mile instead. Detroit is hosting the 2021 U.S. National Track Cycling Championships at the Lexus Velodrome. November 12th, 13th, 14th. Riders from across the country will be racing inside the Big White Dome at Mack Avenue and I-75, hitting speeds over 40 miles per hour on bikes without brakes. Get your tickets today at lexusvelodrome.com/tickets. I'm Michelle Pena with traffic.
At Fisher Investments, our clients know we have their backs.
How do your clients know that?
Because Fisher Investments is a fiduciary, the highest standard for a financial advisor. It means we're there for our clients and always put their interests first.
So wait, you do it because you have to?
No, we do it because it's the right thing to do. Our clients trust us with their retirement savings, and we know how important that responsibility is. So we take the time to really get to know them.
Get to know them how?
We make sure we understand their unique goals, finances, health, family, and lifestyle, so we can tailor their portfolio to their specific needs. Our goal is to help them achieve a comfortable retirement.
Sounds like a big responsibility. You must make big commissions then, right?
No, we don't sell commission-based products. We have one single transparent fee that's structured so we do better when our clients do better. Visit FisherInvestments.com to find out why investors like you are switching to us. Fisher Investments, clearly different money management.
Investing in securities involves the risk of loss.
If you pay even a little attention to the news, you've seen the warnings about giant utility bills that are coming. The Department of Energy said you can expect your bill to go up 30%. But if we have a cold winter, it could be closer to 50%. And everyone from AccuWeather to the Farmer's Almanac is predicting a winter longer and colder than normal. So what do? You need to pick up your phone and call USA Insulation at 1-800-USA-PHONE. Your builder's grade insulation may have been good enough when we had low gas prices, but just turning up the heat is going to cost you a bundle now. You need to get your home more energy efficient with USA Premium Foam. Most of your heat escapes through your walls and attic. When USA foams your walls, it creates a barrier that keeps the heat inside where it belongs. Your furnace runs less, and it keeps your heating costs in check. And right now, they have a $500 early early bird discount on whole home installation. Plus, you can get up to a $500 tax credit from Uncle Sam. That's a savings of $1,000. 1-800-USA-FOAM. 800-USA-FOAM. Or USAinstallation.net.
USA Insulation. You're always up for some fun with the family, so you order the essentials, a new board game, some baking supplies, and even a new projector for outdoor movie night. And with the Bank of America customized Cash Rewards credit card, you can choose to earn 3% cash back on online shopping, which could increase to up to 5.25% as a preferred rewards member. Rewards which you can put toward an extra treat that everyone will enjoy, like an old-fashioned popcorn machine. Visit bankofamerica.com/more rewarding and apply now. Copyright 2021 Bank of America Corporation.
The way you set up the tree, how you hang every light. The holidays are what you make them. Make them even more with Lowe's. With everyday low prices on pre-lit artificial trees starting at $99 and Christmas lights at $298. Even festive inflatables starting at $14.98. So you can make your holiday twice as nice, twice as merry at Lowe's. Home to any budget, home to any possibility. While supplies last, available on Lowe's.com everywhere. Valid 10/28 through 11/3.
For the ones who are always in the know. For the ones who keep things running. For the innovators and the problem solvers.
What?
Well, I ask a question though. Like
At the
as
light,
Doug and I
turn
were
left
leaving,
onto
we were
West
driving
14
through
Mile
the
Road,
neighborhoods.
then turn right
I
onto
counted
Inkster Road.
5 already burnt couches, and I'm just curious. Like the next morning, do you wake up and go, "God, I wish I had somewhere to sit and watch TV," or when you go into bed, like, I wish I had a couch to crash on. Oh, it's out
At the stop
front
sign,
yard, and
turn
all
right
that's
onto
left is
Inkster
the
Road.
bricks. Like, I don't understand the point of burning your couch.
Or are you smart enough to say, all right, I think we're going to win. Well, even if we lose, we can still do this. Let's go find a cheap couch, purchase it beforehand, and then we'll burn it for the game server.
So you can buy a couch just to
In
burn it?
1.9 miles, turn left onto West 12 Mile Road.
I would assume so. Yes, yeah. They're not coming from the luxury furniture store.
It's like Gardner White
And I
Express.
understand the fact that these are all like we've all had college couches, right?
Yes.
It's as an adult you would never lay your head down on those college couches.
Right.
They go up faster because of what is absorbed into some of those couches, but I still don't understand the point.
Yeah, it is a little silly. I don't think it's something that needs to necessarily continue by any means. But so while students in East Lansing were burning couches on Saturday, there was a man in Chicago who was trying to figure out how to get a couch off of his roof. This is so crazy. This man was out for a walk when he noticed that there was a couch with a pull-out bed, and those things are heavy. If you haven't tried to move a couch that has a pull-out bed, they're so heavy that couch was positioned perfectly on the very highest point of his roof. And this guy says, you know what? Very impressive, right? Like the amount of work it took to get this couch up on my roof was hard, but he said he was definitely not amused. He had to pay a roofing company $300 to take it down. He's the father of a high school senior, and he says he's heard of other stories and he thinks this was put there as a prank. But man, that's hard work. I can't imagine.
Yeah.
This is a big house. This is not a ranch. This was not a small home. This was a 2-story colonial, and it was, I don't know how anyone without a crane would get that couch all the way up on the roof without falling off. It was pretty wild.
When there's a will, there's a way.
That is true, John. That's very true. Yes. Halloween may be over, but if you had the chance to make it to Erebus Haunted House in Pontiac, you actually were able to celebrate at one of the best haunted attractions in all of the U.S., which is pretty cool. So USA Today ranked Erebus number 2 on their list of top 10 haunted attractions in the U.S. And this year, I didn't go. I didn't go to any haunted houses. They're not really my thing. I used to go when I was younger, but I haven't been. But there was 2 new additions this year. There was the Attack on Area 51 and the Chop House. And there is some good news. If you still want to go check it out, it's actually going to be open the weekend of November 5th and 6th. So you still have one more chance to go get spooked. Yeah. So firefighters had to break through walls and ceilings to put out a fire on Sunday morning at Bob Seeger's lakefront home. So the West Bloomfield Fire Department responded right around 6 a.m. on Halloween morning. They do say everyone who was inside was evacuated safely, so there were no injuries. They didn't say if Seeger was home or not, but they said the cause of the fire is still unknown. It's under investigation. But what they want this to be used as kind of as an example to make sure everybody is checking their fire alarms, because that is what got everybody out of the house safely. The fire alarm went off, everyone evacuated, and the fire department made it there. So just take some time, check your batteries. I'm sure they'll start beeping at you, and you'll have to check it. But
Well, you're supposed to check there. You're supposed to change them next weekend.
is that what you're supposed to do when the clocks change? You
Yeah.
change the batteries?
Yeah, that way
That's a good
that way you
idea.
can remember. Fall back, you change the batteries in the smoke detector. You spring forward, change the batteries in the smoke detector.
That's a great idea
That's
for
it.
sure.
You know.
Yeah. So after weeks of speculation, we now know why Aaron Rodgers was growing out his hair for the past year. Did you see his Halloween
Make a
costume?
U-turn.
And I thought it looked pretty good
It
compared.
was good, yeah.
I mean, I saw side by side.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Good.
it was
John, you
good.
sound totally disappointed.
Well, I just was expecting a little bit more. Like, I'm a John Wick fan.
Yeah, we didn't say who it was. It was John
It
Wick.
was John Wick, right? And
John
the picture
Wick, yes.
was of John Wick, obviously, with the dog in his hand.
In 6.2 miles, take exit 14C onto M39 and Southfield
I
Freeway.
just was expecting more for a buildup of a year. I don't know.
lot of some good celebrity costumes. LeBron James, his Freddy Krueger, looked pretty awesome. If you didn't see that, you got to check it out. Russell Westbrook, he went as Chucky, a terrifying Chucky, by the way. He looked pretty awesome. Gardner Minshew, he showed up at the game as Uncle Rico.
Yeah, he came out of the bus.
It was pretty good. There was a lot of celebrity costumes, and people did really well this year, I think, their costumes. Yeah, for sure. So a man was actually gored to death during a bull running festival in Spain over the weekend. Oh, man. The 55-year-old man was repeatedly attacked and suffered a wound to his left thigh that perforated his artery. Now, after this man's death, the remainder of the bull running events at the festival were canceled, thankfully. And they say this was the first bull running fatality since COVID restrictions were lifted this summer.
I mean, I could think a lot of different ways to go. That wouldn't be one of them. Not that you can choose, but you can choose not to die that way.
I know done that.
The running with the bulls.
Yeah, in the job years and years ago. But I wrote about it.
I would love to see it.
I would fall.
Stay in the left 3 lanes.
And then that would be death. So
Yeah,
like they'd either trample you or gore you, and
Yes.
you'd be over. I would never want to do it unless
a choke is not like what the Lions did. It's not when you just get beaten, from start to finish. To me, a choke is when you have something that's in control and you let it slip away.
In 1.2 miles, turn right onto Fielding
I
Street.
know Harbaugh's going to get most of the heat, and I think most of it is because of the record against the rivals, and I get that. During the actual game, he's in charge because he's the actual strategy and a lot of things didn't bother me except defensively. And that's not Mike McDonald and on Harbaugh. How the hell
In
they
1
let
mile,
one
turn
guy
right onto
basically
Fielding
beat you?
Street.
Now their offensive line played pretty damn well. But man, I'm sorry. After a while, even they were penalized 3 times for illegal substitution, and even sometimes where they weren't, they were scrambling around. How do you not at one point say, all right, this stuff ain't working. We just have to leave our defensive guys on the field for a few plays in a row and not, because they couldn't handle the up tempo.
Right.
That was the main thing defensively they couldn't do. They couldn't tackle Kenneth Walker. Did the linebackers even show up? Did they even get on was James Ross on the bus? Josh Ross.
Yes. No, James was not.
James is his brother, right? Yeah, he played before. I got they had 2 of them.
Was Bob there?
Yeah. No. Yeah, Bob would have painted something really bad. Was Josh Ross on that bus? I don't know. He didn't do anything. None of the linebackers did. They couldn't tackle. Walker is great. He should win the freaking Heisman. I know it's quarterback award. That really bothered me. And the other thing that killed them, and I don't want to hear any garbage about the referees, so they didn't get some calls. Big deal. You're up 16 points. No excuse. They settle for field goals again. And look, they don't do it on purpose. There were 4 field goals that Jake Moody kicked. Okay, here we go. Ready? 1st and 10 at the 15-yard line. First play was a good play, but they got caught for holding. So it brings them back to like a 1st and 13, and they go run, pass, field goal. That made it 10-0. Then the field goal that made it 13-7, 1st and 10 at the 28. 3 freaking runs. The field goal that made it 23-14. 3 straight passes. It was 1st and 10 at the 22. They couldn't do anything. And then the field goal to put them up 33-30. 1st and 10 at the 20. Fumble in the first play by McCarthy, then run, pass, field goal. They have to, and this has been bothering them, and they can't do it, and it's not just this year, it's the years before. When they get into the red zone, they seem clueless.
So I want to go back.
Turn right
and
onto
first
Fielding Street.
address
Then the destination is on your left.
Kenneth Walker, linebackers not showing up discussion that you started. The linebackers have played better.
The destination is on your left.
Yeah. There were times where
139
they
Fielding
had
Street.
Kenneth
Arrived.
Walker dead to rights in the backfield. Should have made a play.
Yeah.
There were times where